Okay, everybody, this is Thunder. I'm going to do a video. I decided to do a video. I've been thinking about all the bullshit that we've been going through since who knows when with all the stuff that's all our rights eroding, all the constitutional rights. Of course, the latest thing is that Operation Jade Helm, which is the end game. But just so people wake the fuck up, I'm going to start spouting off as many things as I can remember that's been going on since, so let's say 9/11. Okay, let's say 9/11. Right after 9/11, this is about rights, people, and this is about your American, quote unquote, American rights that have been taken away from you, your sovereign rights, your constitutional rights, whatever shit you want to call them, just so you'll wake up, okay? Now, ever since 9/11, when they pulled the false flag, okay, of 9/11 and put us into shock, the shock doctrine, read Naomi Wolf's book, Shock Doctrine, I think it's Naomi, I'm not sure, about how they create an event, okay, to put people in shock, and then while they're in shock, they pass all kinds of friggin' laws, okay, that the people wouldn't normally let you pass if they were in their right mind. So first of all, you idiots out there that don't believe that 9/11 was an inside job, you might as well just butt out right now because you're useless, okay? So let's start from 9/11. I'm a pilot, okay? I went all into architects for 9/11, pilots for 9/11. If you haven't researched all that stuff and found out the truth, you're an idiot, okay? Now, ever since 9/11 and the big shock where everybody was driving around in their cars and going, "Oh my God, God bless America," and they had American little flags out their windows of their cars and all that shit, driving around. Right then, when everybody, that was a shock that everybody was in case you didn't know it. Now that's when they started this shit with the Patriot Act. Right after that, we got the Patriot Act, right? We got the Homeland Security, Office of Homeland Security, or the SS, as I call them. Or the fatherland, the homeland, the fatherland, get it? There's so many Nazi parallels here, it's pathetic. This isn't America, it's America, spelled with a K-A, okay, and a swastika in there, which, by the way, they stole from the Native American, the Nazis did. Trying to make a point here, though. So, we got, you know, the NDAA, the indefinite detention thing. We got the Patriot Act. We got, I'm sure I'm going to leave some out because there's just been so many I can't remember. But little Mr. Obama was there with his pen writing executive order after executive order after executive fucking order. Okay? Diminishing and taking away Fourth Amendment rights, making it legal to kill American citizens. Hello? Hello? Without trial or due process or anything, if they're considered a terrorist, an American citizen, define terrorist for me, first of all. Oh, well, that could mean anybody that doesn't like the government or doesn't go along with the program. So, it could be anybody. Let's just make up a generic term, or almost, you know, a term that will cover every possible situation that we can apply it to anything. Somebody that threatens to blow, you know, makes a bomb threat or threatens another person. Oops, terrorist threat. I could go on and on and on about, you know, what they consider terrorist threats. So we have the NDAA where they can kill American citizens, and they have killed several. I'm not going to mention their names, and I'm not going to mention who they are. If you're interested, look it up. They did it with drones. That's another thing that is, you know, that has come into our field of vision here. Drones. And shit. And how about Benghazi? about the Benghazi? Has everybody forgotten about every one of these things? How about the Sandy Hook shooting? How about the Boston Marathon where they declared martial law and everybody went in their house and crippled people, everything? Okay, we're coming in now. Search your house for 2 guys in a city the size of Boston. I'm just rattling off stuff here as much as I can that I can remember, okay? How about the shooting at that theater? I don't know. I can't even remember that one. They put so much shit out there, you can't remember it. And they want you in shock all the time. And they want you in terror. And they want you, oh my God, please take care of us, USA. But they don't. And another thing, too, let's just throw in the gun thing. That's been eroded. I mean, I could go on and on and on. I mean, Fourth Amendment, First Amendment, the internet, clamping down on the internet, making videos slow to load up, and all of these different things, people. And if you miss one, rewind the video. And within each of these acts, like the NDAA and Patriot Act and all these different acts and all the different legislation that's been signed and the bills that were stuck in with other bills so that they would go through, and the outright mass hypnosis of the population by NLP techniques, psyop techniques, which involve NLP and hypnosis and mass hypnosis and subliminal advertising through Hollywood and motion pictures and everything else that's in your realm. No wonder they want to shut down if you can hear music, it's jazz in the background, so hope it's not bleeding over too much, but it makes a nice background. So if you haven't picked up on all of this shit, if you haven't picked up on the fact that you're being screwed royally, if you haven't picked up on the fact that you're no longer free, let's get back to how about the cameras? How about the friggin' cameras all over the place? Since when did that start? First it started on they had a little camera up there on the lights, stoplights, so that if you ran a stoplight, you got a ticket and they took a picture of you. That was the beginning of it, I think. And people got used to that. Oh yeah, well that sucks, man. But anyway, well, I'll go to, and then pretty soon it was cameras everywhere. Cameras in train stations, cameras in bus stations, cameras looking up your ass, everywhere. Then we had, let's not forget the TSA. Let's not forget the TSA, and let's not forget those goon squads that have beat people, searched crippled people. So this is all going on all at once, and here still we have the American populace walking around like a bunch of fucking zombies. Oh, really? We got all this stuff going on? Huh? Zombie apocalypse. What are they putting in the water, people? And you're going to sit here and you're going to let them do this shit? You're just going to bend over and say, yeah, I like that. You people need to get real. You need to get real. You need to get Geronimo, okay? You need to do a Geronimo on these people, because all they are a bunch of suits and ties, okay? The suits are out to get you. And let me tell you another thing that they're doing. They're creating war and havoc all over the fucking world, putting us in harm's way with nuclear events from Russia. Hello? Now, Russia doesn't necessarily want a nuclear event, but if you look into the Ukraine thing, and I've done videos on it, and there's enough videos around, the USA is basically in bed with neo-Nazis. Of course, now they're trying to cover that up because they're trying to erase all, evidence of that, because they're liable to be hauled before the World Court of Justice on friggin' war crimes, okay? But they were in bed with the neo-Nazis in Kiev. They threw out the rightful president of the Ukraine and installed a dictator and then started committing genocide and trying to take over Crimea, and then they tried to blame it on Russia. You people must love, okay, being fucked over. Give me some more, I love it. You people really need to pull your head out of your ass where the sun ain't shining and get out here into reality, okay? And you need to tell your friends, tell your neighbors, because, and you know, you tell people this shit and they go, oh man, you're a conspiracy theorist, or you just don't like America, or you're one of those guys that shut the fuck up. Okay? Just because you're stupid, just because you're dumbed down, just because you've been drinking Kool-Aid, just because you don't have a friggin' clue or two brain cells that you could rub together, doesn't mean that everybody is as stupid as you. And doesn't mean that everybody's just going to swallow what you do. And if you're smart, you'll research things, you'll find out what Thunder's talking about. Look up the shock doctrine and see what that's about. Look up MK Ultra, which is a mind control thing. Look up what they did in Nazi Germany. Look up what they're doing now with Operation Jade Helm, where they're going to send helicopters in at least 7-8 states, Southwest, all over. So people, you are the ones that are at fault. I hold you directly responsible. The people that are, oh, I don't know, or oh, you're just, you're anti-American, or you people really are responsible. You are going to be responsible when the goon squads just back off and disappear when there's civil unrest and they let everybody go at one another in the streets with raping and pillaging and no food on the shelves and butchering. Well, let me tell you what that's going to be like, okay? While I'm at it, let me tell you what that's going to be like. You're going to see people, you're going to see people's throats being slit over a package of Top Ramen, or milk, or potato chips, or whatever. You're going to see people's throats being slit. You're going to see people being shot in the head. You're going to see young, nice-looking ladies being raped. Okay, you ladies, pay attention. With no one around to protect you because your boyfriend don't know shit about hand-to-hand combat, or maybe doesn't even own a gun. He's probably a Nancy boy, they used to call him in the Old West. A priss, somebody that you're using for a meal ticket. I won't even go there. I want people to wake up, okay? And all you guys that think you're such studs out there, I want you to pony up, and strap it on, as in bandoleros and everything else. And how about just walking in the streets? How about just a demonstration? How about just, hey, I believe you? Because this shit's really getting old, and I'm tired of, I might not make too many more videos because I'm at the point where, it's basically over. Okay, this is just the last ditch stand from Thunder. And that's what it's going to be for you. It's going to be a last ditch stand, baby. When the shit hits the fan, they'll cause civil unrest. Then they'll back off, and they'll allow looting and rioting and all that. Then they'll come in full force with their little program that they have and start They'll pick the remnants of what's left out of all that, and let me tell you something, people. Hundreds of thousands of people, if not millions, will die. Because there's a financial component too to all this. There's a financial component that most people don't know about. Most people don't look into. Look, most people don't even know who the presidents of the United States are. Most people don't even know where the different states of the nation are, or who's the governor of this state, or what's the capital of, they don't even know that shit. Most people that went through high school since I went through high school, half of them are dumb shits. They weren't taught real history or anything near it. We got closer to it, but that wasn't even real. So it's no wonder that you don't know shit. And then you got the gall, you people, to walk around out there and tell people like me, okay, and people that know, and people that have enough brain cells, okay, and just let me give you a little bit of my background, okay? I've done everything, okay? You think, oh, there's this guy in this beard sitting there with long hair and a braid and all this shit, and he's telling us, that we don't know shit. Well, you don't. Okay? And I've done several things, and if you want to look at my resume, I'm a writer, I've been a pilot, I'm a certified meteorologist, I went to acupuncture school, I went to college, I went to, I could just sit here and name I could give you Thunder's complete resume. Okay? But that's unimportant. What's important is whether you're hearing the truth or not. Okay? Are you hearing the truth come out of my mouth? Does it ring a bell with you? Is it like, well, maybe I ought to, listen to this guy. I know a lot about history, a lot about the Native American culture, okay? A lot about all cultures. Okay, including China and Russia, and most people don't know shit. And they don't know what's going on in the world. They don't even remember World War II. They don't even know what that's about. They don't even know what the Vietnam War is about. So we got a bunch of dummies walking around, basically. And you people that know, that have an inkling, they're going, yeah, this guy's right, or whatever, the truth is ringing out here in your ears. It's up to you to tell other people. Spread this video around if you want to, or my past 10 videos. If you can't get the words yourself going here to explain people, and you got to be a warrior, you got to be a spiritual warrior, you got to be a physical warrior. You're going to have to learn how to take care of yourself. You're going to have to learn. I'm an old tracker in Arizona. I did tracking. I can live off the land. You're going to have to be able to do that. And I'm just touching the tip of the iceberg here. There's all kinds of things on a natural level, like sunspots and Fukushima melting down, 3-core meltdown, spreading radiation all over the world. Volcano increase in volcanic activity since that major earthquake that caused that meltdown in Fukushima, 10 earthquake. Fracking operations blowing the shit out of everything. The spills in the oil gulf. So, possible eruptions of Yellowstone. What else? Cloud seeding in the form of weather manipulation and storm manipulation and HARP and all that stuff. You're probably thinking, oh, he's into all the conspiracy theories. No, they're real, idiots. And I don't want to see any trolls out there. These trolls come on too when you're trying to spread. Of course, we got the internet's going to go down any day. It's like they're pulling more and more stuff, and then you got the tons of trolls. So you people are not going to be able to get truth too much longer. So you might as well suck it up while you can. Suck it up. And thunder is being thunderous. Thunder. Wakia, the thunder beings. Wakanyan, Lakota. You know, that's where I'm coming from today. Thunder and lightning. I don't always come from this space. I come from a very spiritual space. I've meditated for years. I do Qigong. I do the martial arts. I do yoga. I do all that stuff. I'm not just some redneck sitting here spouting off about the government screwing us over. That's not what I'm saying. That's not me. I'm indigenous, okay? And so I'm coming from that angle, and I'm spiritual too. But when you're looking out on this, what's going to happen here? It's like, you know, there's a bridge out down the road, and you stop the guy and say, hey, there's a bridge out down the road. And he goes, oh, you're full of shit. I live in this neighborhood for years. Ain't no bridge out down the road. Or, my glass is full. It's not half full or half empty. In other words, I don't have any more room for anything to believe. I got it all covered. And that's the kind of people we're dealing with. That's the kind of people that we have to convince, but we don't really, because you know what? That's why I'm thinking about not doing any videos, because, I mean, why do I have to convince them? Why? Isn't it up to them to educate themselves? Isn't it up to you people to be on top of this shit just as much as I am or anybody else? And there's a lot of people that are on top of this shit. Not just me. In all areas, financial, natural, and I try to keep it covered, again, being a writer, which would make me, actually, you know, writers are considered journalists. So you're listening to a journalist here. And yes, I'm published by a major publishing company, have been. So you need to just pull your head out of your ass or you'll be bending over again and kissing it goodbye. As far as freedoms, and we're on the verge right now of a nuclear war with Russia, just in case you didn't know it. Just in case you didn't know it. Excuse me. We've pushed Russia right into a friggin' corner, and you know what? They're not the bad guys. They're not the bad guys. Never were. They have never been against America. Yeah, we've had space races and stuff like that, but hello, we got a space station up there. I don't know if it's still up there, with cosmonauts and astronauts together. And I went over that in a video too. Russia is not an enemy. It's not the evil empire. And communists isn't an enemy. Communism, no more than any other ism. Like fascism or capitalism or bankerism, or they're all fucked up. I know I'm going to catch flack from that. I'm not picking anybody out here and saying, you know, communism and I mean, you know, you can believe what you want to believe. The point I'm trying to make is that none is better than another. Well, maybe one is. Maybe that could be argued. But that's not why I'm here today. Let's just say governments, as a rule, tend to be like religions. Okay, they have an agenda. Well, I'm beyond that. My agenda is the planet. My agenda is the earth. My agenda is survival of mankind. Not forcing something down somebody's throat like they did with the Native American kids and the Native Americans. When they took them off and brainwashed them and cut their hair and tried to force feed them a bunch of crock of shit. Religious stuff. Wouldn't even let them talk their own language. This is nothing new. There's nothing new under the sun, except right now it's getting the world's gotten so big, and we got two superpowers going at it right now, and we got complete loss of freedom. This is some of the same things that happen in places like Nazi Germany right before the Third Reich are happening right now in America. And I'm not going to go through that list. I'm not going to make this video that long. And I've had people from countries, totalitarian countries, 20 years ago, 15 years ago, tell me, we see where you're headed. You better keep your eyes open. Sorry, the light goes out here. What can I do? It's on a timer. So, and also that tells me how long I've been talking and how long people can tolerate. I do have a sense of humor, by the way. If you want to sit around and tell jokes about, you know, horrific things and laugh at them, I could do that too. Because, you know, what else, what other choice do I have at this point? I just thought I'd, you know, try to cover a bunch of stuff all at once today. Just throw a bunch of stuff at you. Not trying to overwhelm you, but this is the tip of the iceberg. I don't have time to go into the details. There's not enough time. The house is burning to the friggin' ground, and so I don't have enough time to, like, you know, sit there and dust off each stair for you as you know, are you coming from the second floor to get out of the house. I can't, you know, I can't sit there and dust off every friggin' stair for you. I can't linger that long because the house is burning down, people. It's burn, baby, burn. The house is burning down. The house of freedom, the house of what you thought was America, the house of the Constitution, the house of the planet. It's all burning down, people, and you're just sitting there going, wow, man. That's cool, dude. People must like conflagration. I think that's the word, conflagration or conflaguration. I'm not sure. That's a $100 word. I like ain't, and even though I'm a writer, I like to talk down to earth. I can talk perfectly clear, just like a talking head, and spit out all the vocabulary just as it should be. But that's not me. I like to relax and say ain't and fuck you and stuff like that. I'm just a regular person. I'm not a talking head. I don't have an agenda. My agenda is must be masochistic if I keep coming out here and trying to drill things through people's head, and they sit there going, well, I don't know, man, and oh, you're just full, you know, you're just, you know, it's a little frustrating to deal with imbeciles. Okay, it's a little frustrating to deal with dumbed down masses. It's a little frustrating. And even the ones that are aware, are you spreading this around? Because, I mean, Thunder shouldn't be the only one in the world spreading this around. You should be talking to everybody. Oh, I know. Oh, my neighbors think I'm crazy, or my family keeps thinking I'm nuts, or my family doesn't talk to me anymore because they think because, oh, poor you. Poor you. Ever been on the front lines of a battle? Ever seen heads and arms and limbs blown off and people's throats cut and bullets in the middle of their forehead with blood pumping out? And poor you. Got to tell other people about the possible demise of the friggin' planet. People, you need to really, really, really listen to Thunder. Seriously, and get out there on the front lines of information, because there's going to be no information anymore on the internet. It's up to you. It's up to you to use your God-given faculties of speech, okay, and get out on the front lines of freedom of information Okay, the Freedom of Information Army. Because this is the only way it's going to get around now, because they're shutting everything down. And those of us in the know that. We know they're shutting everything down. So this is like the last ditch effort. And then after that, I'll probably just make videos about Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck and stuff you can relate to. Or maybe Xbox or the latest friggin' game or American Idol. Maybe I'll do reviews on those games or something. Something you can relate to. Or how to use your iPod in 105,000 different fucking ways and ignore reality. All right. Have I said enough today? Has Thunder said enough? I think so. And I'm getting moody here. I'm getting in a mood. Getting in a different mood. I'm getting in a more relaxed mood since the lights went low. So I'm out of here. Taking the next train out of Dodge. See you later, people. You've been warned and you've been told and I've done it every way I could. Nice, naughty, every friggin' way. That's all I can do. Adios and good luck.